Good morning, children. This is your computer teacher, Amrita Banerjee. Now, children, in this video today, we will be discussing about the chapter number 2, which is language and software stories. So, children, language, as the name suggests, means the medium to communicate. Like we speak in English, and other than English, we speak in Hindi and our own mother tongue, isn't it? So, children, without language, if we would not be knowing any language, we would not be able to communicate our things to others, right? So, language is an important part of everyone's life because through language, everyone communicates. Similarly, children, computer also has a language. Okay, so that is called the computer language. Fine. So now, children, a computer is a machine. So the language which computer understands, it is different from our language. Okay. So now, children, the language about the computers and systems, it has been categorized in three categories. First is your assembly language. I'm sorry, children, assembly language is your second one. First is your machine language. Second is your assembly language, and third is your high level language. Fine. Now, children, what is this machine language? Children, machine language is actually the language which computer understands. It is the most basic language of computers. Okay, and this machine language consists of zeros and ones. So over here, 0 and 1 actually are the bits. Okay, so now, children, computer is a machine, so it works on electricity. So it can understand only switch on or switch off, isn't it? So children, over here, 0 means switch off and 1 means switch on. Okay, so on these two basic bits, the computer language is all dependent on. Okay. Now, children, we will be moving further. So, children, like I have told you, the machine language, children, machine language consists of zeros and ones. So, over here, children, you can find different codes as in terms of 0 and 1. This is what is your machine language. Okay, now we won't be able to understand these language because we are well acquainted with English or Hindi. Okay, but these are the language which the machine can understand. Computer will easily understand. Okay, so children, this is your machine language. That means it is consisting of the sequence of zeros and one, children. Okay, so this is the first kind of language. Second language which we have, children, it is the assembly language. Okay, now this assembly language is also somewhat like this machine language itself. Okay, over here you can see we have used few codes like LW. It may be having some meaning, right? Like SW, it may be having some meaning. So machine language is entirely zeros and ones, but this assembly language, children, it is consisting of some mnemonic codes. Okay, now mnemonic codes means short forms. Okay, suppose ADD means add. If in machine language that is 0010, so in assembly language how we will be writing this ADD? It will be ADD add as the code. Okay, so we will understand that ADD means we are supposed to add. Okay, so children, these are the actually sequence, like from the very big letter, like suppose we need to have copy, COPY. Okay, so we will make the assembly mnemonic code as CPY. So from the word itself, few letters we take out and we prepare a mnemonic code. Okay, so that becomes the assembly language. This is what is done in the assembly language, children. Okay, so children, this machine language and assembly language, they are called the low level language. Okay, so now next type of language that we have is the high level language, children. Now this high level language is the language which is very much similar to our English language. Okay, it is bit easier for us to learn this high level language. Fine. So children, but computer won't understand this high level language, children. Okay, now here in the screen you can see a program which is written in high level language. Here CLS means clear screen. Let A equals to 5, B equals to 10 and C equals to A plus B. So print C. So they have asked to add two numbers. Okay. So children, this is the language which we are even able to understand that okay, here we are adding two numbers. A is having the value 5, B is having the value 10. But children, as computer is a machine, it won't be able to understand this high level language. So for computer to understand this language, we have some language translators, which are compilers and interpreter. So what does this compiler and interpreter do? It converts this high level language into the machine code for computer to understand. Similarly, for the assembly language, children, we have the assembler. Okay, and that assembler does the translation of the assembly language into machine language so that computer can understand the assembly language code. Okay, so these are the different types of languages which are related to our computer. Okay, now children, we have the next topic. Over here children, in the slide you can see the different assembly mnemonic codes like stop, add, sub, mult, mover. So children, these are some of the codes which we use in writing the assembly language. Fine. So this is bit hard for us, like this 0110 machine code is the toughest. This is also hard. The most easiest for us to understand is the high level language, children. Okay, so this table is just an example to show how the mnemonic codes are made, and here you are having the meaning of those codes, what this actually mean. Fine. Now children, next topic we have, it is the computer softwares. Now children, there are usually three types of software. One is your system software, application software and utilities. Okay, so children, system software are actually the softwares which work at the internal level of the computer. That means what is going inside the computer. Okay, like the operating system. Whenever you switch on the computer, you get a symbol of Windows as in the screen. That is your operating system, children. Okay, so that operating system is actually your system software. Okay, now similarly we have some other system softwares as well, like I have told you, the language translators, assembler, compiler, interpreter. They are also the system softwares, children. Okay, so this is the system software which actually deals with the software which are inside the system. Okay, next we have the application software, children. Now application software, as the name suggests, it is the software which is made for some specific application. Application means some specific task. It has some duties to be performed. For that specific purpose, the application softwares are made. Okay, and those are actually made to be useful for one or the other purpose, and it makes our job easy. Okay, like I will give you an example, like MS Word. We do all sort of typing and everything in that. That is an example of a application software, children. Okay, that is used for typing, formatting, editing, everything. So children, the application softwares are also of two kinds. One is custom made application software and next is general purpose application software. So children, over here this is the software chart that shows about the software, hardware, different types of software we have. One was system software, and these are the things which are inside system: operating system, language processor, device driver, BIOS. This BIOS is a bit higher concept, you will learn in your higher classes. Okay, then application software, children, we have general purpose application software, and then another one is specific purpose, and that is your custom made, which is given in your book. Okay, and next we have the utilities. So children, about the custom made application software, okay, these are made as per the individual need. Then like accounting software, library management, fee management, hotel management. So these are made as per the individual needs. Okay, Now we have some general purpose application softwares like LibreOffice Base. This is the software which is made to use for the database creation. Now what is this database that we will study in our further chapters. Okay, then library, like a huge library is there in the school. So all the records of the different books of different language, different author, everything, those all records could be maintained using the software which is library management softwares. Okay, so these are the types of your application software. Next children, we have the utilities. Now these utilities are children, actually they are the program that perform the routine work. Okay, those they perform the routine work which are very much necessary for the computer to work smoothly, like backing up of data. What does this mean? Suppose we have stored some data and due to some reason if that gets deleted or anything, we would be in huge trouble children. So backing of data, that to provide a backup for the data, it is very much important. So that work is done by utility. Then testing the disk integrity, that disk is not a corrupted one, it is means it is in good condition to store the data. Then to recover the accidentally deleted data. Okay, then we have the disk uses analyzer and system monitors. Okay, so these are also used for one or the other specific purpose to maintain the computer is in good state. Okay, to be in a state which can be useful for us for the regular usage. Okay, so those are the utilities. So children, that's all for over here in this chapter. And finally children, here it is the diagram showing the different softwares and their types. Okay, so hope you have understood children. Over here we finish up our explanation part. Now next video we will continue our further topics. Thank you so much children.